Why did you get into public service and become an elected official?
I always thought of myself as a background person. And I think what happens is you get pushed to the forefront as a result of your skill set and your ability to work with people, get things done. And I don't think that was something that I sought. I helped a number of people to get elected. And, being a politician isn't exactly, it doesn't have this, we're right down there where car salespeople are, So I never ascribed to that. But what happened is there's a job that needs to be done. I take it very seriously, and I want to do good work. And I want to not look at the word politician as a bad word. I want people, when they look at me and see the work that I've done, to understand that it is a job. You don't get paid a whole lot of money for doing it, but you get a lot of satisfaction that you've changed somebody's life, you've helped somebody, you've gotten something done that makes sense. And this is good work.
How did growing up in Maywood shape you to better serve your constituents?
I remember when I ran for office the first time, the district that I was looking to represent was one that was made up of city and suburbs. And when I would go into the city and I would canvass in the city, and then go to the suburbs and canvass in the suburbs, what I found was everybody wants the same things. They want good schools, they want safe streets, they want to be able to raise their families in good communities. And so, it all boils down to people. Knowing people, caring about people, helping people to achieve their dreams and desires and ideas, and being able to plant a good seed. Maybe somebody else will come along and water that seed, and then the increase comes. But I just think that we have an obligation, to do something worthwhile besides make money, as we travel along this way. I mean, there's a date certain when you're born. There's a date certain when you die. That dash in the middle is all those things that you did while you were here. I would like to think at the end of my dash that somebody will look back and say she made it better than the way she found it in every place that she's been.
What are you looking forward to learning about your new position?
Everything. I want to know a little bit about everything. I don't need to understand it all. I mean, I use the internet every day. I don't understand it. I don't understand how it works, but I know somebody that does. I'm not an attorney, but I know a little bit about the law. But I'm not going to law school. But I hire attorneys so that they can give me information that I need to have. So there's so much here, and I see that, there are a lot of people who pass through these doors. And when I think about the birth records, death records, marriage licenses, when I think about the recorder's office and home ownership, those are the things that we engage during the course of our lives. So I want to learn about all of those things and many of the processes. I want to be able to create some efficiencies here as well. If there's a better mousetrap out there, I'm going to find it, and I'll employ that mousetrap here. So that, I don't believe in spending money. And when I think about it, I'm a taxpayer too. And so the dollars that we're spending, we need just enough money to, underwrite what we do here. And if we can save the taxpayers money, that's what I want to do.
What type of innovations would you like to implement at the clerk's office?
I have a very good friend that served with me on the DNC who lives in Oregon. She told me that their state was a vote by mail state, and that kind of blew me away. And I said, you mean everybody in this state, you don't have polling places? She says, oh no. Everybody gets their ballot in the mail. Everybody votes by mail that want to vote by mail. You get a protracted period of time in which to do so. You can research the candidates, and you're not rushing. because you've got enough time. I'd like to do that for Illinois. I could just see how much money we would save. And I know there'd be startup costs. I get all of that. But to me, it just makes sense. CENTS and SENCS, okay? And so that's one thing I want to get done. I just see the sky the limit here in which we can do things to help people. I'd rather have people online than in line. I'd rather have people to be able to take care of their business. This is business that they have to take care of. So if they have to take off a day from work, that's not efficient. And if they can do it online and there are some people who are afraid of the internet and they're afraid to do things online. So we need to make them comfortable with the process so that they'll use the processes that we come up with.